Hello there, it's Alvin Law, and I am outside today in my beautiful backyard in Calgary, again with my buddy and sidekick Murphy Law. It is Human Factor Fridays, although today it is Mother's Day, and I am doing it specifically today on Mother's Day to honor what is rather obvious, the important role that mothers have played in everybody's lives, but in particular my life. It is just hard to define exactly what my mom meant to me. By the way, here's a picture of her and me. This is a pretty early shot, you can imagine. This is when I was brand new. Hilda Law had just brought me home as a foster child and a homeless baby from the Yorkton Hospital, and as they say, the rest is history. Mom changed my life. It's as simple as that. But it wasn't just the fact that she took me in when nobody had wanted me. And by the way, while I'm at it, I want to acknowledge that I have another mother, and that is my what they call birth mother in my case, and her name is Sophie, and Sophie lives in Melville, Saskatchewan. Hey Sophie, happy Mother's Day to you too. But Sophie couldn't take me home. It was just a circumstance. I've never judged her. I've never blamed her. I've never been angry about it. What's the point? But what I've always been fascinated by is the fact that somebody wanted to take home an armless child, and this was 1960. So I talk about this in my speeches all the time. That's why. Not because it's a nice thing to talk about mom, but because it's the truth. My mom changed the circumstance of my life. She changed my future by not having dwelled in the past. And I think that's one of the key issues that we need to remember no matter what day we're celebrating, no matter what day it is of the week. Every day we should wake up with the idea that we're very grateful for what we have. And that's just how I live. If that's preachy, I don't apologize. I live in a state of gratitude almost all the time. And I'll tell you who taught me that. This is the other lady that we're celebrating today, although this is a little bit more current picture, although not really current. As you can see, I actually had more hair there. This is my beautiful family. I just love this picture. We have more current ones, but this was taken back in the 90s, believe it or not. And of course, that's Vance. And you know, what's fascinating is that's me, but here's Darlene. Darlene, of course, if you don't know this, and I met in 1991. I was a single dad. She was divorced. I was divorced. We decided to try a relationship. Somehow it managed to work. But what I find most fascinating is when I say something like this, and I've used this line a million times about my own mother, Hilda Law, it takes more than giving birth to earn the title mom. I really believe in that expression. And my wife, Darlene, is the perfect example. Without getting into all the gory details, my first marriage was not a very successful one. It produced the child Vance, and my wife and I split up in 1988. I have no idea where she is. She hasn't seen Vance since 2000, her choice. But the point is, moms are complicated, and being a mom is complicated, and the role of a mom is even more complicated, especially in today's blended families. So, you know, Darlene came into our life. She couldn't have her own children, which is not one thing or another, but I'm sure she wasn't looking to adopt one by getting together with a guy who already had one. It's just part of our story. But more than anything, what Darlene did is didn't come in saying, I'm your mom, you got a mom. She came in and said, I'm Darlene, you can call me Dar, and that's what Vance calls her. But more than anything, this is going to be a family, and we will have struggles, we will have challenges, but more than anything, we will try to do the best we can as a unit. And I got to tell you, I don't take much credit for how Vance has turned out. I give a lot of credit to Darlene because she is truly a remarkable human being. So, long story short, too late, as Darlene would say, happy Mother's Day to all the mums out there, to Sophie Pahalko, my birth mom, to Hilda Law, the mom who raised me and was the only mom I ever called mom, and to Darlene. Dar, you deserve all the accolades you can get on a beautiful day like today. Celebrate everybody for your moms. Whether you had a good one or a bad one, you know, we don't get to pick, but at least we should acknowledge that moms matter. So don't forget the human factor, because there's a superhuman inside all of us. Happy Mother's Day.